Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for you that's on my Irish American stuff. So it's one of those videos. If you're interested, stick around and we'll get into it right away. Alright guys, so I have now been living in Ireland for about 2 years, and so I figured I'd make a differences between Ireland and America part 2. So I wrote down a few different things that I have noticed over time, or things that I didn't mention in my last video. I know a lot of people had commented like, how could you not mention the weather? Weather is the biggest probably difference from home and here. So I grew up in Los Angeles in Southern California, and that is a Mediterranean climate. We're on that 30-degree line that is like perfection for it. But there's actual seasons here. So at home you get sun and more sun, maybe rain every once in a long while, a couple clouds here and there peppered throughout the sky. But for the most part, you're having a sunny day. Here, you actually have seasons. Like, I've been through a blizzard here, I've been through hail and regular rainstorms with thunder and lightning, and then like sunny days, and I've had days where every single thing happens in one day. Like, there would be hail, and then sun, and then rain, and then snow. Like, that only happened one day, one time. But yeah, it can happen. I also wanted to talk about kids here and how it's different for kids. First and foremost, and what I think is the coolest, most important thing, the by far, what the hell wins, which country is better, when it comes to children, Ireland. Ireland wins hands down. So yes, at home you have all kinds of stuff to do. You can go out and you can be on like countless sports teams and everything like that. But here, what happens is when any child is born here, any Irish citizen child, they get free medical care until the age of 6. And that is such a stress and weight lifted off your shoulders. If you're a parent, you know that. I can't imagine being at home right now, and if we didn't have insurance, like worrying about him getting sick anytime and being like, how are we going to pay for this? How much is it even going to be if we take him to the hospital? After he was born, I had appointments with home nurses that came to the house, made sure the house was like safe and livable for him, and made sure that we were fit as parents in a way. Like, they were checking for everything, making sure we were taking care of him. They gave us books on how to raise and how to take care of him, what he can eat, what he can't eat, when, and everything like that. It was unexpected and great. Going along with the kids' life, not only do they get a usual like 2 to 3 month summer vacation like we do, typically 2 to 3 months somewhere in there depending on the school you go to, they also get 2 weeks for Christmas, 2 weeks for spring break, and a week for Halloween. Like, I know we get a week for Thanksgiving at home and we don't have Halloween off, but honestly, I would love to have Halloween off. So I think that's the coolest thing. The last thing about the kids and school and stuff, Irish as a language is a required subject. So every single child going through school here has to learn Irish. I think it is brilliant that you have to learn another language as a required subject. It keeps the language and tradition alive here, one, but I just think it's great that you can know more than one language, because when you know more than one, it is already easier for your brain to catch on to learn the third one, the fourth one. It's just better for you, and I think it's better for everyone all around. I think it's better when people know multiple languages as opposed to just one. And I know at home we have a really big thing about that. Most people at home only speak, not most, but a good amount of people just speak one language at home, just English, and don't really want to bother with another language. I think it's silly. Moving on to cars. So petrol here. At the petrol stations, you put your petrol in first, and then you pay. The first time when I was here, I had rented a car, and I was like, what? They actually trust people enough to fill up their car and then go pay? Like, you wouldn't see that in LA. That'd be unheard of. But yeah, here, you go in, you pump your gas, and then you go inside and pay. I heard a little bit about cars, and I told you about how you have to take a bunch of different tests and courses, and you have to have like a little sticker on your car that says N if you're, or L if you're learning how to drive, N if you're a novice driver, and then after that you're like free to drive on your own. That's different than home. Obviously at home you have your driver's permit, you can drive with someone, but there's no sticker on your car, and then you have your driver's license and you can just drive around, or you're just driving around without having any of it, and there's a good chance you won't get caught because there's so many people at home. Here, not so much. You will probably get caught if you're driving without a license and be screwed. Along with the cars, they're not just registration. Like at home, I would have a smog check for my car because it was older than 10 years, and then I would have my registration. A year, it would run maybe $150. Here, you have to have something called an NCT, which is like where they check over your car. And this is your entire car. Like over there, it's a smog check. Here, they're checking your windows, your car doors, your engine, your horn, if it honks or if it doesn't honk. If your horn does not honk, you do not pass the NCT. You have to go out, get that shit fixed, and then bring it back, pay for that thing again, and then you can get your car registered with its tags and everything. And that's also another like 100 euro or something, I think, depending on your car. So it is much more expensive to have a car here. Not only that, insurance is more expensive here. I haven't looked at my quotes for what it would be for me as an American driving around here. I think it'd be something ridiculous. But I know that Gaz, my fiance, I think he's been quoted like $5,000, $4,000 a year, and he's a 27-year-old dude who doesn't have any points on his license, and like it's still a ridiculous amount of money. Maybe we haven't shopped around enough, but I know that insurance here is more expensive. You can definitely get deals more at home. Another thing that sucks along the vein of what's legal and what's not, there is something here called a TV license. A TV license. This goes into TVs and laptops and tablets, anything with a screen that you can stream stuff with, pretty much. So they made it by law require that every single person that, or every single home that has a TV, a laptop, or a tablet has to have a TV license. I'm not sure if it's for each individual product, but I know you have to have at least one per household if you have these items in there. And all this money goes to RTE, which is like the channel, the national channel. But the kicker is, not every single house gets RTE. So it's a little fucking shady in my opinion. I still struggle with this one. I always forget because I assume that places are going to be open all day. Normal trading hours, in my opinion, would be being open from like 8 a.m. and closing at like 10, 11 p.m. if you're just a regular normal store. Maybe 9 p.m. if you're like in a mall. And then if you're like a bar, you're open till like 2 or 3 on the weekends, maybe 4. But no. So places here, sometimes they won't open on Mondays. Then they'll only be open for like 4 hours in the day, 3 days a week. Like you have to make sure you're checking on places before you go to make sure they're actually open. Even if it's like middle of the day on a Wednesday, 2 o'clock, they might not be open. It might not be their day to be open. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind, and I still have a hard time with it. When we get into drinks and candy, so there's this one flavor here that is very, very popular that you can't get in the States at all. Black currant. I love black currant. Black currant, anything. Like it replaces what would be grape at home and candy flavors and drink flavors as well. Oh my god, I live off of Ribena. It's this black currant drink. I'm gonna miss it so much when I go home. Like that's all I'm gonna dream of. That's all I drink here. I'm gonna go back to water at home and just be like, I wish this had Ribena in it. Sad life, I know. For example, like I went into a ice cream shop here in Killarney, and there was a girl working there, and she was really, really cool. And we were talking a little bit, and she was asking me about the States, and she was like, she stopped everything, and she was like, wait, is black currant not a flavor in the States? And I was like, no, it is not. And it is grape instead, or cranberry. And she was saying that she was going to bars while she was out there visiting, and she was asking for a black currant and vodka because that's her favorite drink. Every single bartender was like, what? Black what? Like, what do you want? And they just kept offering cranberry instead. So I think she ended up going with cranberry and vodka all the time, but it is just not the same. So yeah, black currant should be everywhere. That's all I'm saying. Alright guys, that was just a few more differences that I have noticed in the more time that I have lived here. There are other ones as well. I'll keep running a list. Let me know if you would like a third part video of this, or if you have any specific questions about specific things here, and I will find out for you and let you know in the next one too, or I'll just comment if you want to know right now. Like I'll comment it for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope there isn't someone that's already done this kind of video. I hope I went a little bit more in depth than usual. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you real soon. Bye! God fucking damn it, I thought I already filmed this part. Okay, take 2.